one of you a pie. So she made 6 custard pies, one for each. I remember that.
Full-size pie?
Oh, I'm sure they weren't full size because we couldn't have eaten it, but I remember her doing that.
Mm. That was special.
Oh, yes. And that's where I almost bit my tongue off.
Oh, boy.
You remember that?
No,
you
I don't.
wouldn't.
No, I don't
My
remember
tongue. I've still got the scar to prove it. But anyway, I was with I think there was a church there, and the young people were having because I was only about 10, so it must have been children. They went out to have a picnic. And we sat around. It must have been a little campfire or something. And then there were boys and girls sitting around. And then when we got up to go, someone, their head hit me under my chin and made me bite my tongue. Oh, and it bled.
How long did you?
I felt that for years because it's such a sensitive thing. But there was one good thing about it. There was a boy that I liked. Of course, he never knew that I liked him or anything like that. But he loaned me his handkerchief to stop the blood.
Oh my!
So that made it bearable.
Oh. But that's where they had that little forest fire up there on that hillside.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, and
I don't remember that.
We were playing around in that, and that was all over with. Been over for a week or two.
Oh, I see.
But I fell down and I put my hand down in, and there was ashes
underneath. You burnt yourself.
Oh yeah, burnt myself. Aunt Ethel had to come up, and I guess one day Aunt Ethel came up and took care of us. And
You laid in bed for 3 days and didn't move.
Is that why? Well, you don't have any scars now?
No, I don't know. I don't think so. No, but Mother used to tell about that, And I guess I was pretty bad off for a while. Well, you can always get an infection in those things.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
Remember how, I think it was at Sugar Pine, we used to go down to the town and go to the movies. Yeah. We'd go down on this cart on the railroad tracks. We'd have to walk home because it was uphill.
Oh, my.
One of these work cars that they use on the railroad track.
I remember those.
I
remember those.
Huh? Hand cars, yeah. And Dad used to carry me home because I was so tired.
Yeah. We all thought it was such a good idea to go, but then we had to walk back. Yeah, I remember that. And what kind of movies did we have in those days?
Probably cowboy movies.
But I mean, we had color and talkies and...
Color?
Of course. I'm being facetious. Oh. No, we didn't even have talking. We had, I guess they had...
captions.
Captions, and then they usually had an organ that would play and make the music, and you go when the horses were running, and it was so exciting. Oh, that was something else. And then they always left you in the lurch with the come back next week and see how the heroine would be rescued, and but that was...
Of course, we used to sneak into the movie down in Blythe, Loyal and I.
Really?
Yeah.
And they didn't catch you?
Well, I don't know. They might have caught
them.
us. Sometimes if they did, they kicked
just
us
made
out.
you leave.
But I think there was a door up the attic, and a lower extra higher level, and we got in there somehow. I don't remember, but we'd sneak up there.
How much were movies?
I don't know.
Probably a nickel.
Not much. But we didn't have that.
No. Well, I can remember going on, I think it was Saturday night or Saturday night, because that was always the big night, Mm-hmm. Friday's night's the big night for people now, but Saturday night was then. Oh my, that was so long ago.
I can't think of anything else right now. I've written about them.
Have you?
But I haven't printed it out or anything.
Are you writing a story?
I haven't done it been a couple years.
Oh,
when I first got the computer, I started writing it, and
now listen, do you remember this? Loyal remembers it one way, and I remember it the other, and I like it my way better, so I always tell it.
Well, I think I know. I can't remember now the story, but there was some difference of opinion between you two. But go ahead. What was it?
Well, we were all in our Model T Ford, with no top on it, and this was down in California, and the ground was sandy,
Oh, you talk about Florida falling out?
Yeah.
No, that was up in the mountains there.
No, Oh, one of you. Well, I'll tell it my way, then you can tell it your way. Well, I thought it was on the level, and it was real sandy, along the road there. And there were, I guess all of us in the car. I can't remember. But anyway, Mother and Dad were up in the front, and I think probably a baby in Mother's arms. Probably Floyd Jr.
I think the three young kids were in back.
Well, I was there.
Oh, were you?
Oh, yes.
Oh, okay. Well, take your word for it then.
And we were going along, and pretty soon my mother turned around and she says, "Where's Flornell?" And Doyle took his thumb out of his mouth and he said, "She fell out back there."
Well, that's the way Mother used to tell it. That's the way Mother told it.
Okay, and then we looked back, and there she was, just running as fast as she could, saying, "Wait for me! Wait for me!"
Maybe we ought to ask her. Do you think she'd remember?
I don't know. Let's do that sometime. But I always thought that was better way than
Tape.
what?
Well,
Send her the tape.
Yeah.
well, what was
that's-
it? What was the his way of telling it?
I can't. Well, I can't remember. I really can't remember because I tell my way all the time.
Yeah. Well, that's the only way I remember. I didn't remember. How come you didn't say anything? I wonder.
I don't know.
Are you sure you were there? Are you sure you didn't hear Mother tell it? And
Well, maybe I've heard Mother, but no, I know I was there.
Oh.
Anyway, I don't know why. Maybe I didn't see her fall out.
Oh, yeah, but you saw she wasn't there.
I don't know for sure. But I thought I was there.
Maybe she hadn't fallen out in time for you to say anything. You hadn't
Well, maybe
seen
I
her.
was looking the other direction.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
don't make much noise when you fall out
You
on
might
a
have been
sandy
just as
spot.
surprised as she was. Your mother was.
No, but I can still remember her running. And
Did she open the door?
no, she just fell out over the
Well,
top.
it's a touring car. There was no top on it. Lean out and fall out. Being old Model T, we weren't going very fast.
No, we weren't. Oh,
But
boy.
I had the impression we were up in the mountains there, somewhere near Sugar Pine or something, and she fell out on the side. There were dirt roads up there too.
Well,
Maybe it was down there. I don't know, because I just remember Mother telling it.
well, anyway.
Well, unless you want something, Kay, we can turn this thing off. We can just leave it set up, and if we feel like it tomorrow, we can.
Yeah, do a little
So
more.
just.
New York high crest for 3 8-inch. I see. It has finished.
All right, we're recording
Well,
now.
I don't have my little
Three
book,
and
so I
three
don't know
is
where we're going to
four.
go, but I guess we'll have to find plenty
Well-
to do. First, we need to get a lot of things from Loyal.
Well.
And I know I'm not going to move my hands around as much as I did before. Once you see yourself.
Off your hands.
Yeah.
I know, I was.
So
from
get
here.
as close to your chair, as close to her as you can, then she can get
Okay.
us all in, maybe.
Right, isn't it?
Kay,
Have
we're
to
waiting
come
on
over.
you.
Huh?
Come over closer so that we can.
Well,
Closer
are
here.
are we in?
Get right. I don't know. Kay, get over there. Would you like to get over there and tell us if we're in?
Yeah, you're in.
All of us,
All of us?
even
All
Loyal.
3 of you.
Oh, okay.
All three.
There's no
Oh, I
more.
tell you, I better
looking
check
at
the
you right
setup
here.
of this thing to make sure that.
I'm looking at you.
Okay, oh, this sequence. Maybe too high.
What are some of the good things you'd like to talk about?
I can't think of a thing about
Isn't that funny how
I
your mind goes blank?
Yeah.
Let's see.
Well, we'll find something to talk about.
I had a little thing before that kind of asked questions, but I don't know where it is now.
Stand still. Well, okay.
Oh, that's all right. I'm still there.
I was trying to focus.
In case they say to stop it, let's see. Oh, you should hit the stop. It's recording now.
You mean this one up here?
That would stop it.
Okay.
Let's stop it for a minute. Why waste tape?
And that's it.
Oh, you're there? Okay, never mind. Never mind. There's
See,
a stop. You know, you've done this before.
I haven't
We'll come
touched.
around here. Come
I
over here.
this right here
That's the stop.
starts and stops.
No, that is the record. But
If you
yes,
happen to-
yes.
Turned off.
So-
At least hit the record.
And if you want to zoom in on one of us, the zoom is there.
One for
Where
stop
is it?
and one for.
You know, it's this
Well,
one here.
I didn't. I forgot to use it last time.
Yeah, no.
The T is the zoom.
Yep, telephoto. I just thought in case you get tired of, well, Leoma, did you bring her?
I didn't bring my little book.
You didn't bring your questions?
I'm sure I've got them somewhere.